Good morning, guys. It is the Monday after Christmas and I thought I would just film a little vlog for you guys today because normally I never get a chance to make them because during the week it would just be super boring. It's just me going to work, and then at the weekend I'm just so busy trying to get everything done that I didn't get done during the week that I don't really have time to film a vlog. So I am filming it this week because my office is closed all week after Christmas, which I have been so excited for because I have been in need of a little break. I don't know when I'm actually going to upload this, so apologies if the timeline is a bit skewed over the next few weeks because I have lots of Dexcom videos that I also want to share with you, because if you don't know, I am currently trialling the Dexcom G6 for a month and I have loads of content about that, so it may be mid-January by the time this one goes out, but for me right now it's the Monday after Christmas and I'm feeling festive and I'm cozy and just having a relax. So as you can see, it's a lot lighter as well than it normally is when I used to film these on a Monday, because it is a lot later. We had a bit of a lie-in, it's around 9, and we're now going to get up and do a leg workout. You see my blood sugars were okay this morning. I did peak around 6:30. My Dexcom woke me up and I had some correction and I'm back in range, but kind of at the top end of my range. Another thing to mention is that I'm going to discuss this in more detail later, but I'm having a few undiabetes health issues that are making my diabetes really tricky to manage. And I'm becoming really resistant to my insulin and I don't really know what I'm doing anymore for the foreseeable future until I get this other issue sorted out. So that's why I had so much more Levermade this morning. That's kind of what I'm on at the moment. In terms of my pre-workout insulin, again, I'm having my banana that I always eat pre-workout and my vitamin C drink with some sea buckthorn. And I had 2 units of Nova Rapid. That's what used to work for me, and I haven't really done weight training since this issue kind of came to its peak, so I don't really know if that's going to be enough insulin, but we shall see. The workout is an at-home workout because right now at the point of filming, London is in tier 4, which means gyms are closed. So I'll probably do one of the dumbbell workouts that I shared in my week of workout videos. So if you want to see the workout that I'm doing this morning, I will leave a link to that in the description. So that ended up being such a success. The session was really, really good. I also stretched for the first time in what feels like forever. I always used to stretch after every single workout, but since I've started having to get up so early to get to the gym before work, I haven't had the time. So that felt really nice, and my blood sugars have ended on 4.6. At one point I did think they were going to go low and I was a bit wary, but they didn't, and it's all good. So that's me in a really good mood this morning. It's already quite late for breakfast, but I'm gonna shower first, then have my protein oats as usual, and I will have 5 units of insulin for those, and that is kind of my insulin to carb ratio. I'm not going to reduce, which I normally would do after an exercise session, because the last couple weeks with everything that's been going on, I've been going high after breakfast. So yeah, 5 units. The blood sugar after my shower is still 4.6, which is really good. So I have had my insulin and I'm now just going to make my breakfast. So I'm just going to have some oats, my protein oats. You guys have seen me make these so many times, but I just put oats, oat milk and frozen berries in a bowl, microwave it for 2 minutes, then stir, microwave it for another 1.5 minutes, and then I'm going to add chocolate caramel protein today. And normally I would then put on some honey, but we bought this caramel syrup for Christmas cocktails and we still have so much left, so I think I'm going to use that, and then a couple of squares of dark chocolate, and that'll be breakfast. So I am finally up and ready for the day. It's like midday, so whoops, it is a bit late, but I am needing some chill time, and I thought I would just now explain those health issues that I mentioned earlier. So basically, I did a video a few months ago about coming off the pill and what you can expect when you come off hormonal birth control and all of the symptoms that you might experience. And I mentioned that I had not at that point had a period since coming off the pill, months before. So I finally had my appointment with the doctor in mid-October, and she sent me off to get some blood tests, which I got done straight away to see what the underlying cause might be. And the only thing that came back was some irregularities in my thyroid hormones. So, and she said that's kind of likely to be at the root cause of all of this. So she then sent me to get referred to an endocrinologist, but that then didn't happen for about 5 to 6 weeks. I finally had my endocrinologist appointment at the very beginning of December, and we went through my symptoms, and then she booked me in to get a scan of my thyroid and also get the blood tests redone to see if it had got better by itself or where we kind of stood. I'm now having to wait until January to have my follow-up appointment with the endocrinologist. In fact, by the time this video goes live, I probably would have had this appointment, but right now I haven't. But I did get the results of my blood tests emailed to me, and they can't kind of provide any explanation to them. They just literally tell you the numbers and stuff, but my thyroid hormones have actually got worse from the first blood test that I had done. So in those 6 weeks, my thyroid hormones became even further away from the norm that they should be. And in my scan, it showed my thyroid was quite inflamed. Also, in that period of time, my symptoms have got quite a lot worse. So the main thing that's bothering me really is that my insulin sensitivity has like really decreased. Like, I'm having to have so much insulin now. So in the morning I'm having 23 units of Levemir, whereas I used to be on around 11 or 12, and in the evening I'm having 25, whereas I used to be on between 13 and 15. So it's kind of doubled, and it's making my diabetes quite tricky to manage. Every time I film there's a siren, and also what doesn't help is that some days it isn't as bad and some days it's worse. So when I wake up, I never know if I'm going to be having a flare up. I'm going to be really insulin resistant that day. I'm really having to take it day by day and gauge each day how insulin sensitive I am, and then work out a plan from there. And the other thing that isn't helping that is that I've mentioned before, I still haven't managed to get an appointment with my new diabetes team here. So I don't really have any medical people helping me manage this thyroid condition or issue or whatever it is, either from the endocrinologist until mid-January or from my diabetes team at the end of January. So I'm kind of muddling through by myself. And the other thing that's happened with my symptoms is that I'm getting quite like a tightness in my throat that kind of comes and goes. It lasted for about 5 days and then it went, and now it's back again. I'm also getting really tired. It doesn't really help that my job is really long hours. I'm kind of working every other weekend as well as long evenings. So some days I'll be up at 5 to go to the gym, and then I'll get home about 8:30, which would be fine if I wasn't also having these thyroid hormones messing me around and making me super tired, which is why I kind of need this week off of work while my office is shut to just like take it really slow, hence the kind of late morning and stuff. And I'm just kind of resetting and recovering. The only other symptom really is, well, not the only other one, I'm also losing a lot of hair, which is not fun, but it's like low mood. So I had a week where I was just so sad. Like I can't like sugarcoat it realistically. It was like the week before Christmas and I was literally at work at my desk trying not to cry. And there's nothing actually making me sad. It's just the low mood that these thyroid like irregularities can cause. So just trying to juggle that with quarantine and long hours at work has been interesting, but hopefully I'll get my appointment in 2 weeks. She'll give me a diagnosis and we'll have a plan to sort it and ease the symptoms and get my diabetes back to where it normally is, because it's not fun having an outside factor influence your blood sugar so much that you don't really have any control of. So fingers crossed, come mid-January we'll be back to normal. But that is kind of an explanation as to why my sugars probably won't be very good today, because to be honest, the past kind of week or two my thyroid has got worse and it's been worse for my diabetes. Plan for today is to just get a few jobs done, really. I'm going to film actually a couple of videos for you guys. Like I mentioned, I'm on the Dexcom on a trial, and that has been really helpful having those alarms, especially at the moment when I am going high because of my insulin resistance. my Dexcom is sending me those alarms so I can correct ASAP and avoid going super high. But I'm filming my full-on Dexcom review for you today, and that will be up in 2 weeks time, I hope. And there's just like little bits, like I want to put some clothes on Depop, I want to sew up some of my clothes that are falling apart. Okay, so I got 2 YouTube videos filmed and my throat actually really hurts now, partly because of my thyroid and partly because I was talking for so long. I think the Dexcom video is going to be quite a long one, but we're going to make some lunch. I'm not even really that hungry yet, but it's about lunchtime and I think James is hungry. We're going to make a experimental soup. So for our Christmas dinner gravy, we put obviously like loads of vegetables in the bottom with the turkey, and they all got like cooked and like turkey juiced. So we wanted to try and make a soup out of those vegetables rather than throw them away. It's going to be very experimental. I think James has made some new potatoes that we're going to blend into it, and we're just going to use all of the vegetables that are with the turkey plus the potatoes and see how it goes. And then I might just eat some turkey on the side because we've got a lot of turkey to get through, and then have some like bread to dip. But I'm going to see how the soup goes, see what we put in it, and then I will sort out my lunchtime bonus. Okay, so James thinks we should just put, oh my god, that's too much water. Okay, that's this is our very appetizing turkey vegetable mix, but they're pretty smushed, but it's all like carrots, there's some leeks, onion, what else? There's some cabbage in there. We'll see how it goes. And then James thinks we should add some gravy. Oh, that looks gross. Oh, okay, I'm not sure about this. So unappealing. Oh! I'm gonna do a taste test of the cold soup and see how it is. It's okay. It just needs something. It's actually not gross. I thought it was going to be. I'm not sure what it needs. It needs some flavouring, but James will sort that. I don't know what he's doing, but I trust James. He's a good little chef. Oh, double dipping. I'm not sure how this is going to go, to be honest with you, but he's never cooked me anything bad before. So I've decided that soup is not for me. Having just said James has never made me anything that didn't taste good. In our 3 years of being together, he just made me that, which I do not like. Ooh. Yeah, it's okay. I just don't like meat soup, and then he put gravy in it, so I'm not going to eat it. To be fair, the only thing that would have gone to waste is those extra potatoes, because all the other vegetables would have just been binned anyway after the turkey. And James is going to get his way through some of it. To be honest, I don't think he'll make his way through all of it. But we tried. Instead, we don't actually have very much food in the house right now because we're in that post-Christmas need to do a food shop but still have some leftovers. So we have a tiny bit of like turkey and Christmas ham left over and some stuffing, which I'm going to have with, this is going to be so random, James bought us a nice like baguette thing, so I'm going to have like some bread and butter and then some meat on the side, and then I need some vegetables. Maybe I'll just do vegetable sticks. That's the plan. So this bread, let's see the carb. It doesn't have a carb count. And also baguettes for me are weird. They always spike me a bit later. So I'm gonna do 4 units of insulin. I'm 6, so that's good. It's been a successful morning in terms of blood sugars. But I'm gonna do 4 units of insulin and then keep an eye, and I reckon I'll need anywhere between another 2 to 4 in about an hour's time. But yeah, baguettes, white bread for me has a delayed spike, so that's the plan, and I will show you my random lunch when it's done. I've ended up with the most random lunch. So I've got some vegetables because I just needed some veg, some like nice baguette, bread and butter, some leftover stuffing, the last pig in blanket, and just some like meat. But we're really like, we've used up all of the leftovers now, so I think it's time we get some real food again. It's been like an hour since I finished eating and I'm sitting at 6.7, which I'm really happy with. I have taken the pictures for my Depop and I'm just going to upload them shortly, but I really need to hoover. So I'm going to do that, and that normally brings my blood sugar down quite a bit, so I'll keep an eye on it. But I am 6.7, so I've got a lot of wiggle room. I'm also a bit peckish, even though I just ate, so I'm contemplating a snack, but I'm not sure because we don't really have much to snack on in the house. So I've decided I am hungry, and it's not that long till dinner, but I'm gonna have some of this fruit and nut bread toasted that I forgot we still have left over. I'm gonna have 2 slices. That's 35 grams of carbs, which is 4 units of insulin, and I am 6.8, so yeah, I'm gonna stick with the 4. No need for correction, no need for less. And yeah, I think we're just going to be doing laundry, and then I'm going to be uploading all my stuff onto Depop this afternoon. So I'm going to leave my link to my Depop in the description box if you want to be grabbing any of my old clothes. That sounds weird, but you know. While that is toasting, I thought I would just acknowledge the fact that in my last What I Eat in a Day video, I said about how I was going to change the way I was eating to eat more for health and incorporate more healthy fats and focus on natural foods. And obviously, this What I Eat in a Day is completely the opposite of that, and that is mainly because it's been Christmas, so I'm just trying to get through the Christmas foods that we have. I burnt it but only slightly, and I hate food waste, so I'm just going to eat it anyway. And I think James is making a cup of tea, so I'm gonna request a hot chocolate and then have 1 extra unit of insulin for the hot chocolate. So I was quite impatient and did not wait for my pre-bolus. And so now I'm going a bit high. I'm like 9.2, and my Dexcom has an arrow going up. So we're going to go for a walk. Not very long, probably like 20 minutes. But also, I don't really like to be in the apartment all day anyway, like ever. And I have been today. So yeah, just gonna have a little stroll around and then come back, sort out the Depop, do some laundry that I forgot about. And then I think for dinner we're having carbonara that James is going to make from scratch, so I'm excited for that. Just got back from our walk, and I love walking for higher blood sugars because it just brings them down so fast. I didn't even go above 10, so bearing in mind that I was 9.5 with an arrow going up when we left, it just goes to show how good it is to get out and get moving. I'm now 4.6, so I'm hoping I don't go any lower, but hopefully I won't do, and I'm just going to be sat on the sofa for a bit anyway, so it's not like any movement is going to influence my blood. So I levelled out at like a nice steady 6, which I am so happy with. Honestly, this is like the best blood sugar day I have had in so long. No lows and only a minor high. It is honestly unbelievable given the current health situation I'm having. So I am so happy with that. I swear this always happens whenever I vlog, so maybe I should vlog more. But anyway, James is now cooking us dinner. We're having carbonara, except so he's making all the sauce from scratch. He's been doing this a few times and he's got really good at it. But we haven't got any spaghetti, so we're using random other pasta. So it's like a carbonara sauce with like, I think we've got penne, and I don't know what else he's putting in there, but if you're an Italian, please don't hate me because it's not real carbonara. But I am gonna now do my pre-bolus because it's gonna be probably about 10-15 minutes away, and I'm gonna split my bolus for my pasta because pasta does spike me later on like white bread does. So I'm gonna do 4 units now and then keep an eye on it. I think I've got about 40 grams of carb worth, which would be about 5 units. So I'm gonna do 4 and then see how we go. And I'm also gonna have a really good dessert, which I'm gonna show you when I have it. We made for Christmas. We didn't have time to do a Christmas pudding because Boris didn't give us any warning that we were going to be spending Christmas alone. So I made my nan's whiskey cake, which is basically like a whiskey infused chocolate mousse and then like lady fingers around the edge. And so we are slowly getting through that, and I'm gonna have 3 units of insulin for that now, and I'll probably have a bit more for that later once my pasta has digested. So I have just done my Levemir. As you've seen, it is 25 units at the moment, which just seems like a lot to me, but hopefully, like I said, when my thyroid gets sorted, that will all go back to normal. I'm finishing the day on 5.5 blood sugars, so I am actually so happy with how today has gone with my blood sugars. After, let me tell you, yesterday it was horrible. If I had filmed this yesterday, it would not have gone well. But yeah, so I think basically now we're just gonna chill. We're actually gonna do a little sleepover in the living room. So we have a sofa bed, and I just feel like I want a bit of a change. So we're gonna sleep on the sofa bed tonight and probably like watch a film. And I'm gonna have a gin and tonic because I was really feeling a glass of wine and we don't have any wine. So yeah, that is gonna be my evening, a little G&T with a movie on the sofa. Yeah, that is it for this video. I hope you guys have enjoyed it, seeing kind of what I eat and how I manage my insulin around the festivities. Obviously this isn't far from a normal day of eating for me, and I'm definitely in the new year going to be getting back onto more of a whole foods diet. I hope you guys all enjoyed this video. Please give it a like if you did, and make sure to subscribe if you want to see all of my content coming up about the Dexcom, my review of it. I'm doing a Dexcom versus Freestyle Libre video, loads of stuff like that. But for now, that is it for this one, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!